gave his sectoral debate, and it seems as though there was an attempt, not once, nor 2 times, over 3 if not 4, the government try all kinds of hanky-panky to interrupt the young man's speech. And what I don't understand, persons in the house that were selected to be there, I never say elected, selected. You have some people like the clerk of the house that was selected. Whoever Christopher Cohen is, that guy, I realize every time Omar Newell hit a point, you see him draft his standing orders and rules, and I go up to the speaker, Leroy Clark. But this is what happens when you put people in positions that are not qualified, because had it been Leroy Clark was a good speaker, you would need the clerk of the house to be pointing outstanding orders to him. And I've seen where the lawyers representing the government and the house run girl with big laptop, girl show up in a speaker face. Say, see it here, this cannot be spoken on because it matters before the court. What is it that Omar Newell said yesterday that would be so damaging that cannot be spoke about in the house? I don't know. Me just want to ask. Isn't it a fact that the Prime Minister overruled the NEPA agency to give Bengal Mining a license to operate in the Dry Harbor Mountains? I just want to ask, isn't it a fact in Patricia Blair? No, Paula Sadler, I want to ask. Who no guide me accordingly, because I see the lawsuit them a send out left, right, and center. Whether true or fake, we have to depend with P's and Q's. I know say what we are reporting are the truth and the facts. I just want to ask, isn't it out there that the license was granted to operate in the Dry Harbor Mountains, despite NEPA would have given the instructions that we have too much wildlife species of animals and plants that are endangered? In addition, the Dry Harbor Mountain sits as a protected area with our limestone and water underground. So all of the people them in Rio Bueno, the border of Trelawney and Discovery Bay, Runaway Bay, those areas that have piped water, they would have gotten it from the rivers up in the Dry Harbor Mountains. And so NEPA intervened and would have give instructions that mining in these areas should not be allowed. And it wasn't acknowledged because the instructions given was later overruled. How is it that you're going to have a national body that was put in place to protect the environment and to determine where you can and where you cannot mine? But here is the Prime Minister to overrule what NEPA says. Mind you, the Prime Minister took a single entity, NEPA, and put it in his office because he wants to dictate and to undermine the functions of these institutions. The same with ODPEM. ODPEM was a standalone institution that operates and was doing their duties. And the fact that the Prime Minister took ODPEM and put it in his office, we are now experiencing the outcome of ODPEM and the shortcomings. So the narrative that was set, the reason why these institutions were placed in the office is because they want efficiency and things to go more smooth and rapid. But I would love to ask whether or not are we benefiting from these institutions being moved and placed into the office of the Prime Minister? NEPA is now operating within the office of the Prime Minister. So too is ODPEM. And when you put these institutions in the office of the Prime Minister, one would assume that things would be going better. One would acknowledge that you would get maximum results when institutions like these are being protected in the office of the Prime Minister, but instead they are worst. And so the Gleaner put out a very, I can't even find a word to describe the article, but it is a well-written article bearing the face of the member for Central St. Mary, Omar Newell. And I consider Omar Newell one of those upcoming politicians that stands on principle. I have never heard Omar Newell name call on anything that, is of controversial matter. This is an upstanding politician. Yeah? And I observed not only him, but his colleague that sits next to him, the member for Southeast St. Anne, Mr. Russell. And when you look at the conduct of these two individuals, their conduct is one that persons can emulate. They don't disrespect individuals. They don't use language to undermine and to speak down. I have observed these two politicians, Omar Newell and Dr. Kenneth Russell. You have many others, of course, but I'm just speaking about these two for now. And so Jamaica yesterday was an attempt to undermine and to disrupt his presentation. 3 times they stopped him to clarify matters that he brought before the House. But what I don't understand in Parliament, when someone is making a presentation, because I was told, and not only that I was told, I've seen the proceedings of Parliament play out, and that is how I see it happen. The lady for East Rural St. Andrew, the Speaker of the House and the wife of the Prime Minister, 2 weeks ago when she was in a predicament in the chair, and matters pertaining to the conduct of how points of orders were taken, she seeks to bring clarity to the House by saying, if a member is in his or her presentation, and for whatever reason, they would have said something, whether it is the truth or it is misleading, and someone object or stand on a point of order, Juliet tell Jamaica say, the person who is on their feet making the presentation, the only way the point of order must be heard is if that member giving the speech decide to yield to that member, which means if me upon my feet I give my presentation and me say something and them think what me I say is wrong, if they stood up and say point of order, if me not sit down and yield to hear what that member is coming with, the Speaker of the House must not allow that point of order. Not saying that the point of order will not come into effect or the person will not speak. But you wait until that individual, you just write down your point of order. It's not hard, people. It's not hard. And I realize that the Jamaica Labour Party is abusing the standing orders. You ever hear they say the opposition abuse standing orders? So too is the government members. Because that's what me see and know and hear in a parliament. If a member is on his or her feet making their presentation, and if them say something that is not right or is not correct, even when you stand up and say point of order, it is the duty of the speaker to acknowledge the point of order, but it is the member who make the presentation to yield to that point of order. When you're not yield to the point of order, doesn't mean say you're disrespecting the member's point of order, If me stand up on my foot and you stand up on your foot, there is, what you call it now, the floor is in disrepute. Two members cannot stand on their feet at the same time. And yesterday is not one nor two nor three times, because Omar Newell exposed the government. Like, even the point of order, and they run go call the lawyers. One woman, nobody know about she, but according to what them say the lawyers of parliament, we are look out for the government. Run come with laptop and a pull up breach and law and whatever. According to them say the NEPA and the Bengal mining issue is before the court. But isn't it a fact that the court would have ruled that what the Prime Minister did was unconstitutional? Wasn't that the term they used? Once again, I must say the 3 or 4 time now Andrew Holness bring matters to court and it was ruled against him unconstitutional. Didn't the matter with NEPA and Bengal Mining Limited went to court and the people won that court case? And the court ruled what Andrew did was unconstitutional? In Paula Sadler, the court would have ruled on the matter and ruled it unconstitutional. So the fact that Omar Newell stood up in Parliament yesterday and make reference to the matter, and he tried to tie what NARA seeks to do. NARA is going to be that body that will overrule every other institutions just because they say they want to build back an efficiency and fast pace. That is the same thing what Andrew Holness did with NEPA, Is the same thing that NEPA seeks to do. Not NEPA, NARA seeks to do, because NEPA is an independent institution to guide development in this country. There are areas that are protected and there are areas where development can take place. That is the functions of NEPA. Why is it that even though NEPA told Bengal Mining that they will not give them such a license to mine these protected areas, why is it that the Prime Minister of Jamaica went behind the back of NEPA and overruled that decision that NEPA told Bengal not to do? And now the matter end up in court and Andrew Holness now looks embarrassing. Eh? So here we have Nara on the table, and Nara seeks to do what Andrew did that the court ruled unconstitutional, because Nara is going to be that body that will overrule. So if NEPA decide that a development is going to take place here, so, and they decide that no, you cannot mine this beachfront property, no, you can't put a development here because it is going to destroy the environment. We have water bodies underground here, and if you dig too deep, it is going to contaminate our water aquifers. Here is where NARA can intervene, and decide that NEPA is hampering progress, and give whatever individual the authority to go ahead. Because that is exactly what Andrew Holness did. NEPA told Bengal Mining, so we are not preventing you from mining. Mining is a good industry. But right here, so where you say you want mine, we are not going to give you the mining license to conduct your affairs here. Go and find another area that is suitable for mining. That is all. But because Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party would have take people money and take the bribe from people, yeah, allegedly, this is why Andrew Holness seek to overrule NEPA. And so individuals took the matter to court, and the court ruled that what the Prime Minister did was unconstitutional. Now, when the member for Central St. Mary stood up, Omar Newell, and he made reference that NARA sets out to do what Andrew Holness did and was struck down and deemed unconstitutional. What is wrong in that statement? Didn't Andrew Holness go behind NEPA back and grant the license to Bengal Mining? I'm asking, yes or no? Eh? I'm asking yes or no. Paula Sadler, you hear me? Paula Sadler, Tisha Lloyd, Hot and Spicy Janet, JJ, Twizzy, comment yes if you not hear me. All right. So Valencia Braham, what you mean by what is going on? No sound. Valencia Braham, you comment to say what is going on? No sound. Valencia Braham, I'm talking to you. Sweet lady, say you're hearing loud and clear. I told these persons, whenever I don't have any issues on the platform and you're not hearing, turn off your phone and come again. The moment you wrote in the comments that you're not hearing, it is going to throw off the platform, because I am going to think that my live is having glitches. But everybody seems to be hearing except you, Valencia Braham. So if you're not hearing me, kindly turn off your phone and come again. Do not comment that you're not hearing, because everybody else is hearing except you. So maybe your internet is giving problem, or your data, or your location, the signal is weak. But when you leave comments like what is going on, there is no sound, it is going to seem as if everybody else is not hearing. Come to think of it, it is only you not hearing. So if there's ever a point you're on the show and you're listening, and for whatever reason you're not hearing, or you did a hear or you're not hear, turn off your phone and come back. All right? Let's continue. So this brilliant article that the Gleaner wrote, permit politics. It seems as though you need to get a permit to speak in the Honorable House of Representatives. Hey, Uncle Pablo, me want to know, it seems now for you to speak in Parliament, you have to go get a permit to speak in the Honorable House of Parliament. Let me ask you something. Only did know Jamaica say in a parliament, Lord God, me iPad drop. Yes. Did you guys know that in Parliament, when you're in Parliament, a MP, you can't tell anybody anything in there. Listen, Parliament is like that chamber where you can say anything in it, and nobody can sue you in there, That is the reason why you have so much red tape and standing orders and whatever, because in Parliament, you can say anything you want in the whether lie or true, and nobody can sue you. What make you think whenever somebody say things to another MP and then get agitated or upset, them say, meet me outside and tell me to my face outside? Because when you are in Parliament, whatever you say there is protected. They can't sue you for what you say in a Parliament. But if you make the statements outside of Parliament, yeah, like on social media, or if you chat to the media, pan a microphone, TVJ, CVM, and you say this and you say that, they have all right to sue you. But if you say anything in Parliament, whether an accusation or not, they cannot sue you because you are protected in that chamber. No. It seems as though politicians now gonna have to seek to get a permit to speak in Parliament. Because if Omar Newell point out the obvious, like what lies were told in Parliament yesterday, isn't it a fact that the court ruled say what Andrew did was unconstitutional? Didn't it came out in the papers? Isn't it a fact, Jamaica, that it is now public knowledge that the Prime Minister go behind the backs of NEPA and grant the license to Bengal mining? Something clearly a breach, because NEPA, the agency who has the responsibility to grant those licenses, would have already said no to Bengal mining. The Prime Minister went behind the ruling of NEPA and grant Bengal mining that license to proceed. And so Jamaica residents took the matter to court, and the court ruled for the 10th time that Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, what he would have done is unconstitutional. Isn't it a truth and a fact? That was the outcome. So what lies or what did Omar Newell seek to do yesterday that is misleading? Andrew Holness would have shown his true colors. What sets out by Nara, he would have tested the waters then with NEPA by overruling NEPA. And here we have Nara that will seek to do what Andrew Holness did with NEPA. Eh? Grateful what they go on. Long time I no see you, long time I no hear from you. In Jamaica, what did Omar Newell say yesterday in the House that wasn't the truth and the facts? And so Jamaica, what I realize with the government, whenever certain things are being revealed to open the eyes of Jamaican people, the Jamaica Labour Party MPs then will go to the extra mile to prevent that information from going out there. So it is clear that the Jamaica Labour Party is not there for the interests of the people of this country. Because why you want to shut down a revelation like that? We soon go to the FLA, because we soon find out why the FLA is coming under so much. That is for our next topic. But I just want to ask the Labour Party, why is it that whenever something is going to reveal something that the people of this country will have knowledge about, to be on the right side, why is it that the government always seeks to hide the truth? Why is it that when the opposition try to expose irregularities and things that are not right, the Jamaica Labour Party use their powers to overrule and to strike out? Like nothing wrong with what he said. It is a truth. There was absolutely nothing wrong with what Omar Newell said yesterday. Andrew Holness was deemed unconstitutional. What he tried to do, not even what he tried to do, what he did. The license was never granted to mine the Dryaba Mountains by NEPA. They seek to get the license, but NEPA told them, you can surely mine, but you cannot mine the Dryaba Mountains because it will damage too many of our communities. And the Prime Minister went behind NEPA's back and overruled NEPA. And he gave Bengal Mining the authority to mine, despite NEPA said no. Why is it that Andrew Holness and the Jamaica Labour Party is hell-bent in destroying every single institution put in place to benefit the people of this country? Huh? You soon have to go get permit now to speak in politics. And this is an excellent article by the Gleaner. Permit politics. You can only speak once you have the permission to speak. I've seen the many attempts yesterday to shut down the member, all because he would have spoken the truth. And that is the reason why I encourage many persons to watch Parliament on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, because I am telling you, Jamaica, that is how you learn certain things. But let us continue to encourage our first-time MPs, because certainly this MP from Central St. Mary is a force to reckon with. And I want to encourage you, Omar Newell, do not stop the fight. Continue to advocate and speak and represent the people. Matthew Samuda was an absolute disgrace because Omar Newell showed up and exposed what his ministry seeks to accomplish. Let us continue to encourage our first-time MPs. They are doing an excellent, excellent job. Moving on, Jamaica. Are you aware that under the Jamaica Labour Party government, $4.50 have been added to gasoline right across the board? And on top of the $4.50 added to gas. That is just at the port, you know. Here we have this article saying that the retailers will add their markup. So on top of the $4.50 where the government put on down a petrol jam, when the trailer load a gas transport from Kingston come a country at gas stations in rural Jamaica, those gas retailers going to have to add their own markups. That is what the article says. See, they beside Wednesday, May 20, 2026, retailer to add their markup. So I want to ask the honorable member for West Portland, who has the responsibility for energy, Daryl Vaz. As the Minister of Energy, what is it that you have done to curb oil prices to protect the consumers in this country? I'm asking the minister. Normally you would have seen oil price rise by a few cents. Oil price jump in 1 second by over $4.50. Unprecedented. And of course, them are going to blame the war in the Middle East. However, what happened to the oil cap that the PNP would have proposed while they were in government under Portia Simpson Miller? The People's National Party put an oil cap. Yes, while Portia was in power. An oil cap Jamaica, meaning that there would be a small tax to protect the rising oil prices. So now that we're having some global oil shocks, right? Because of that tax proposed by the PNP under Portia Simpson Miller. Times like these, it's like an insurance. So that's when, if you not pay $10 for gas, I don't hear say gas rising at the world, gas price rise. Based on that tax that you would have been paying, it cannot pass the $10 because you would have that insurance where the government would pay it on your behalf. But what happened, Jamaica, is that when the Jamaica Labour Party came into power, they continue to pay that oil cap price tax, right? However, they have used those oil tax cap to fund their budget. So now that we are faced with a crisis, there is no money there to protect the commuters because the tax that have been collected to protect the consumers, the Jamaica Labour Party has used those monies to fund their budget. So can you imagine? Right? However, now that we need to see the reaction from that tax, it is not there because them use it to fund their budget. This is the same thing that is happening with the NHT, you know. The Prime Minister knows the NHT money is strictly for building houses. But him go down at the NHT, go take out the NHT money, $57 billion. To do what? Not to build house, but to fund the budget. So this tax where the Labour Party have been collecting since 2016 to now that we are faced with a dilemma and a crisis where oil is concerned, instead that tax is used to cushion the oil prices so that it can pass on to the consumer. Them still take the tax. But that tax was used to do other things other than what it was intended to do. Hello, somebody. I am asking, what is it that the Jamaica Labour Party has used the oil cap tax to do? Because we have not, it's not the first we have been here before where gas price arise, you know. And so under the PNP, we would have put before the people a small tax, I don't know, not much, I must say 50 cents or something like that. Because you know, I know every year we have an oil crisis, but we would have suffered in the past before, and we said to ourselves that we do not want to suffer the same mistakes made. And so one little 10-cent tax was put in place just in case oil seems to get out of control. Because of that insurance, basically, that you have been paying, when oil rise, it will not pass on to the consumers because of that $10 tax we used to pay. The government would have that money, yeah, to buy the gas on your behalf for the same price, even though gas would have been rising. You know, understand? But the Jamaica Labour Party have been collecting the tax and said they might collect it on the behalf of in case oil price rise. But now that's oil price rise. Unwa raise it $4.50. So what happened to that insurance money where you guys have been collecting from us where oil is concerned? Instead of use it to cushion the oil price, we are still being charged for it. So why UNWA collect the tax from the people? Help me to make it make sense, Labour Party. Well, see it there in front of UNO. $4.50 added right across the board. Everything raised. Cooking gas, kerosene oil, diesel, you name it. See it there in front of UNO. Everything raised by $4.50. Where is the protection? The Jamaica Labour Party take the people them tax dollars and have it a fund then cabinet. That is all I can say now, because where the money gone? If me appear something and you tell me say it is towards that particular purpose, why is it now that we are in a predicament, me appear my money for you to eh? Want to use taxpayers' money to do? There was a special tax put in place to cushion oil prices if oil start to rise, and they have been paying it. So that means that all along the Jamaica Labour Party use that tax to pay themselves. Yes. That is the only way I could give justice to it, you know. Because of the 18-member cabinet where Andrew Holness have, and the 300% increase in salary, Andrew have to find a way to keep up and to pay these persons. That is the only alternative I could give. This is nothing shy of a disgrace. $4.50 added to gas. After the people have been paying that special tax to cushion oil prices. You are going to tell me so to use the people money for what it wasn't intended to do? It's very disgraceful. Very disgraceful, Jamaica. Now, moving on, because we have other pressing matters to deal with. Jamaica, I see the Prime Minister wife post she in Canada. And what she posts as pertaining to her visit to Canada, one have to ask the question, how is this trip benefiting Jamaica? City players say all tough than their Switzerland. I don't understand, If they are saying that we don't have no money and the country is broke, why is it that these people continue to travel on the backs and the expense of taxpayers? Because Juliet Holness didn't buy this ticket on her own, It's taxpayers' money buy the air ticket for them to travel, And you mean to tell, and them not travel in ordinary economy like the rest of us, at a first class up front, them sit down. And it is not their money funding these travel expense. And she possess she and Colleen Lowe. Why you have Colleen Lowe back at you at the Juliet Holness? Has she a braid your ear? Has she a paint your tooth text by you? What is the relevance of Colleen Lowe traveling with you first class to Ottawa, Canada? And I want to ask them, Juliet and Christopher Tufton, we say you're gonna Switzerland. What make them a meeting you can't done over Zoom? I remember when the Labour Party was in opposition and Mama P used to travel and represent the country when they invite her. Andrew Holness stood up in Parliament and said whenever Mama P come back home, there must be something tangible from her trips. She must come back, come say, oh, we have managed to sign a deal between the Jamaican people and yes, so this one, this one. Not to come and say, oh, XYZ. Some of these meetings that Mama P a travel plan, she could stay in the Prime Minister's office and do them over. We gone pan taxpayers' money at Switzerland. What me couldn't sit down in no office or no ministry and do some of the meeting them pan Zoom? I am only asking, what significance does this meeting tend to benefit Jamaica with Juliet Holness gone at speakers right across the world? Speakers from all over the world are going to meet up. How is that benefit? You just did if you say, oh, I am the Speaker of the House for Jamaica. And I am one of them, of those. Let me be in attendance. Like, what benefit this bring to Jamaica? What benefit it bring to this country? It's not like Juliet go up on her phone, her take out her bank card and book one ticket and it come off a fair salary. Can you imagine Jamaica? These persons are being paid $25 million she as the House Speaker get. And you mean to tell me, say, despite her $25 million a year, Juliet Holness couldn't go in a fair salary a year time and fund her own travel expense? It's taxpayers' money have to buy these tickets for these people to travel on. Despite she's getting over $25 million per year. These people have the latest Prado. Them have them own personal vehicle. Why they don't drive them own vehicle? Why is it that they are driving on the taxpayers' money? Them not paying on toll. Then just drive through toll free of cost at the expense of taxpayers. If the country did run good, how we see the economy standing firm, how we see certain things drop dramatically, then we can say the government is doing something and they are worthy of these benefits. But instead, the country better, it is getting worse. And they are the only ones that are benefiting. You take up yourself gone to Canada. Christopher Tufton take up himself gone to Switzerland. They should come back to the country and give us a report how Jamaica stands to benefit from those visits. Now so it go. In Carol Miller, that is how it should go. Because I remember when Portia Simpson Miller was the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness was the opposition leader at the time. And Andrew was very bothered by the trips where Portia Simpson Miller. Remember, no, Portia took up herself and go, you know. She was invited by those head of states to be there. You don't know if the head of state pay for her expense to go. Andrew stood up in Parliament and had a problem. Every minute Portia they fly out. Every minute she had this. And whenever she come back, she should have tell the country what Jamaica stood to benefit from those trips. And now the woman should have stayed in her office and have the meetings them per Zoom chat. Out of order. Well, now that's the shoes is on the other foot. What make Juliet Holness couldn't stay in her office and have this meeting upon Zoom? Because I don't see what contribution she would have made. The only thing she did was say, I am the representative for Jamaica. You are not on the lineup to speak, Juliet Holness. So how Jamaica stood to benefit from your visit to Ottawa, Canada? Tell me. Eh? When the opposition was there, they used to say PNP waste taxpayers' money. And now Andrew Holness and his cabinet is doing the absolute most at your expense. Can you imagine? These people are getting them 18 million, them $25 million salary every year, you know. And you mean to tell me they can't book their own ticket out of their own pocket? Taxpayers have to be funding their trips. And I know like them are sit down in the economy like the rest of them have to sit down up a first class. Eh? Can you imagine? Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. Well, Jamaica, I don't know if you guys heard what is happening at the Firearm Licensing Authority. But another controversy is lurking within the Jamaica Labour Party. And I never know Jamaica that the individual who heads the FLA, Mr. Shane Darling, are you aware, Jamaica, that Shane Darling let me see if I can put this in another perspective, because I see the lawsuits them I fly left, right, and center, and one thing I am going to get sued for is the truth. And so, any one of them will sue me want them sue me for the truth. Yeah? So me can carry me proof, go to court, and then in return, sue them back for defamation of my good character. So let me see if I can turn this in another perspective. Shane Darling, a two-time Jamaica Labour Party candidate, because you know the Labour Party love to reward them and those who bat for them. Shane Darling run on a Jamaica Labour Party ticket not once, but 2 times. And lost, of course. Not qualified, not competent, cannot stand up to them and those of the Comrade Party. So, of course, him lose. But there were several accusations made where Shane Darling is concerned. He has been accused, Jamaica, of giving labor rights gun, giving them maximum protection, allegedly. He has been accused of going on witch hunts when it come on to the People's National Party councillors and MP, give them a hard time, give them witch hunt to take away them license gun so that they cannot have any protection. But when it come on to the Labour Party, dog, puss and cat, once you're a Labour right, in grant license for you to get a licensed firearm. We're talking about Shane Darling, the executive director for the FLE. Well, Jamaica, some things arise, and I don't know if you guys were made aware. It is the same Shane Darling we're talking about in Jamaica, who in the past was accused of having bullet making machines. He was a part of the bullet making machine controversy, allegedly. Let me say allegedly. I'm only reiterating what is already out there, so nobody can come sue me. Shane Darling, isn't it true that you were accused, sir, yeah, of being a part of a controversy surrounding a bullet making machine? Shane Darling? Why is it that you, as the executive director down at FLA, the report concerning governance issue, management issue, operational issue, where you is concerned, and you is the executive director, you run down there. Why is it that you, as a Labour right, a two-time candidate, heads the FLA, you have been accused, sir, in the past. One such accusation is to be a part of a controversy where them say you, Shane Darling, yeah, heads the controversy of a bullet making machine. Me never know say Jamaica make bullet. Well, you were a part of that controversy. I am not telling a lie, Jamaica. The reports are there. And who to tell, if not equally? Those damaging accusations are now coming to the forefront in the FLA report. Hence the reason why FLA filed an injunction for it not to be tabled in Parliament. Shane Darling, you sits there as the executive director. Who pinch you and tell you what in the report? Eh? The FLA is a national security office, you know. And when it comes down to matters of national security, we cannot allow further breaches. So why is it that these reports cannot be tabled when it is of national importance? Well, Jamaica, I want you to listen to the member for South St. James, Nikisha Burchell, communication spokesperson for the People's National Party. Listen to what Nikisha Burchell have to say about the FLE and the executive director, Shane Darling. Listen to this report from Nikisha Burchell.
Another issue that arose in Parliament today is that several Integrity Commission reports connected to the staff at the Firearm Licensing Authority were tabled in the House of Representatives, and rightly so. These reports relate to failures to file statutory declarations in accordance with the law. However, the far more significant reports concerning the operations, governance, and management of the FLA itself still have not been tabled, despite reportedly being submitted to Parliament from the Auditor General since the end of March. This issue already sparked major controversy yesterday, with opposition MPs walking out of Parliament in protest over concerns about what appears to be very selective tabling of reports in this House. What Jamaicans are now seeing is reports involving relatively junior public officers being tabled quickly, while reports reportedly dealing with governance concerns, firearm licensing irregularities, poor administration, and other serious matters involving the FLA itself remain withheld from Parliament. This is a critical national security agency responsible for firearm licensing in Jamaica, and public confidence in that system matters. Public concerns surrounding the FLA did not emerge overnight. Under Executive Director Shane Dalling, who is a former two-time Jamaica Labour Party candidate for political office, he has had long-standing complaints against him from firearm dealers, firearm ranges, and citizens about inconsistent licensing decisions, politically targeted reviews, and what some have described as witch hunts against lawful firearm holders. Mr. Darling was also at the center of the highly publicized bullet-making machine controversy, which caused major alarm across the country and internationally before the claims were heavily disputed and the equipment described as an ordinary machine shop device. Against this background, the continued withholding of these reports only deepens public concern. Transparency cannot be selective, especially in matters involving national security and public trust. This is your update from your information spokesperson, Nikisha Virgil.
You hear that, Jamaica? The member for South St. James exposed possible reasons why, the Integrity Commission sent a report to Parliament where the FLA is concerned. This individual who heads the Firearm Licensing Authority is unfit to be there based on past and present accusations. So what we realized in Parliament is that junior officers, kete, people which are just an ordinary worker at the FLA, things got tabled where the junior officers were flagged. Their reports were tabled. But when it comes down to the governance of the FLA, the operations at the FLA, the management at the FLA, the major report that is to be tabled, that never get for table. Jamaica, this individual who runs the FLA, under his tenure, you heard the accusations. One of them is that he has been the center of a controversy where a bullet-making machine was discovered. And at the end of the investigation, it all boils down to what? An ordinary machine. Well, Jamaica, as a two-time candidate for the Jamaica Labour Party, I think when individuals like these hold public positions, such as executive directorship, these kinds of individuals and these matters must come to the forefront and tabled. Yeah? Totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. And so, Jamaica, we join with the opposition and ask for the immediate tabling of the FLA report. The Integrity Commission has done their job. Taxpayers' money was used to pay for this investigation, and we are yet to see the outcome, despite it was sent to Parliament to table over 2 months ago. Why is it that the Jamaica Labour Party and the Speaker of the House, Juliet Holness, sits on a report for 2 months and it has not yet been tabled? This woman, once again, has brought the Parliament into disrepute. Well, I want you, Jamaica, to listen, yeah, to the leader of the opposition, Mark Jefferson Golding, former spokesperson on national security, Peter Bunting, and listen to what they have to say concerning the obvious censorship and the cover-up as to why the Jamaica Labour Party do not want to table this FLA report. I want you to listen to the leader of the opposition and what he had to say about the matter. Listen to this, Jamaica.
3, according to the recollection of the leader of the opposition and president of the People's National Party, Mark Golding, the Speaker of the House issued a ruling saying that reports from the Director of Investigations submitted under Section 54, subsection 4 of the Integrity Commission's Act will be tabled as soon as possible after receipt by Parliament.
It will be requiring the immediate and direct attention of the House. After it is tabled, it will then be submitted to the Integrity Commission Oversight Committee for their consideration and report. By that time, of course, it will be a public document. Kindly note, all reports from the Integrity Commission will be reviewed by the officers before they are tabled, and it will be tabled in the soonest possible time. No effort will be made to delay such reports.
In respect of this, the PNP president says the failure to table the reports is a breach of the Speaker's own guidelines and inconsistent with the Act. However, while the Act doesn't specify a time frame for the tabling of reports, Golding asserts that the scheme of the Act will be undermined if the Parliament neglects to table these investigative reports. He recalls that this is an issue that's being passed down from the previous Speaker of the House.
That controversy continued with reports coming to Parliament which were not being tabled on a timely basis. And of course, tabling is what makes it available to parliamentarians, the media, and the public, other than illegal leaks of information, which we know sometimes takes place, to some media houses.
Some of the reports that opposition spokesperson on productivity, efficiency, and competitiveness, Peter Bunting, says he has witnessed from the Integrity Commission within the last decade contain examples of behavior such as issuing license to underqualified persons, bypassing statutory appeal mechanisms, and ministers having extra legal review committees to justify issuing of licenses to unsuitable persons. He also notes that the firearm license Licensing Authority has not issued a report to Cabinet for the last 7 or 8 years. Bunting believes it to be an example of state capture of executives of agencies that should be operating fairly and autonomously.
This is completely unacceptable in my view. And the fact that they haven't observed their obligations of accountability, and then we have what we expect to be a damning investigation or a report of serious irregularities coming out of this investigation, and the attempt to suppress it altogether is more than concerning. I believe it's absolutely scandalous.
Crystal Williams reporting for
Jamaica. That is what CVM has reported. 7 years. Not one report was given to Parliament from the FLA. 7 years. Where institutions like these should be making their annual reports. No accountability. None whatsoever. And so, Jamaica, you no need to ask if this a report you rotten and thing can go blow up the country, you know. For 7 years, FLA have not given any report on matters concerning their institution. Mind you, they must give annual reports, mean every year they must make a report as to how that institution is performing. And it has been 7 long years since Shane Darling institution, the FLA has not made any report concerning his institution. Remember that this man was a 2-time Jamaica Labour Party candidate. He ran on a Jamaica Labour Party ticket twice. And despite the opposition said that he was not fit and proper, and there are many conflicts of interest putting him down there to head this institution as the executive director. They were warned. And so, Jamaica, can you imagine an institution that should give their annual report as to what they have been doing down there for the past year? It has been 7 long years since the FLA have not submit a report. So can you imagine this integrity commission you got dig up for them 7 years of dark say I know nothing good in this report here. You need not to ask any question that this report is going to be damning. Eh? How is it that you want to preach to Jamaicans about good governance? Yeah? And a matter like this has been hidden from the people. So you come to the parliament yesterday or not file them tax on time. You find pleasure in tabling those. But matters of national importance, yeah, such as the FLA report, it has been 2 months that you, Juliet Holness, sit on such a report, eh? And you don't think it is important for the people of Jamaica to know what is in that report? So let me ask you something. You hiding it from the people, and the more you hide the more the people of this country look on the government as if something is definitely wrong. Hide on, Juliet Holness, hide on. Yeah. Sit down pan it, Juliet Holness, sit down pan it. Figuratively speaking and literally speaking now. Sit down pan it, Juliet, sit down pan it. Eh? This woman, time and time and time again, have proven that she's unfit to sit in this chair. Because you cannot tell me, Jamaica, that you and I have been paying the Integrity Commission to do their job, and having completed their job that we have paid them to do, up to now, we cannot know the findings of that report, despite the report was sent to Parliament to table. Since the 30th of March, Juliet Holness sit down pan that report and have not tabled it, and then I go have the audacity to tell us that the matter is before the court. Eh? So tell me now, the fact that the matter is before the court, Juliet Holness, and we cannot speak on the matter, what is it that the court is going to rule on? Because I want you to tell me what is before the court. I want you to tell me, Juliet Holness, what was brought before the court. Because the court no have no legal binding to open a report that was not sent to them. Hello, somebody. The court is a different arm from Parliament. The judiciary arm of government must function independently from the legislative arm of government. You, Juliet Holness, you belong to the legislative arm of government. The report was sent to you, who heads the legislative arm. Why would you seek to weaken Parliament powers to ask for help from the judiciary arm? Hello? I'm going to ask the question again. Why is it that Juliet Holness weaken the powers of Parliament? Because if you have the powers to table the report and you not table it, you send the report gone down a court seeking advice what to do, then that means that you're not ready yet, Juliet. You have now put the Parliament into disrepute once again. The Parliament is now in disrepute once again by this woman. Now, let me show you something now. According to them in Parliament, the report cannot table because it's before the court. I want you to tell me what is before the court. What is before the court? And the labor rights them have the audacity to want to compare matters in the past concerning Ian Eales. Ian Eales matter, yeah, is very similar to this report. However, what was the outcome of the Ian Eales matter? Didn't the court send the matter back to Parliament for it to table? Eh? So let me ask you something. This is to show you that this country is not getting anywhere under the Jamaica Labour Party, you know. Because if we were once here before, I thought that they would have learned from the past. So why go back from whence we came just to arrive here once again? Huh? So Floyd Green is going to tell the parliament that so too was the handling of the Ian Hales matter. So too is the handling of the FLA matter. Fair enough. However, what was the outcome of the Ian Hales matter? Even though the matter was sent to court, what did the judge rule at the time concerning the Ian Hales matter? What did the judge say? Didn't the judge send back the report to Parliament for it to be tabled? This is what politics does to a country. It is not for the benefit of the people. It is not. Because if me thief something, and me thief and them send me to court, and the court rule what I did was either wrong or justifiable, couldn't the parliament use my case for future reference? I want to ask, And what I observe from this government is that once the Jamaica Labour Party realize that they can act on the emotions of the people, they will capitalize on it. The Jamaica Labour Party takes pride in holding information from persons so they can keep them dunce and in the dark. Because you cannot tell me that you are going to use the Ian Hales matter to justify this FLA matter. Because if you're going to say Ian Hales did the same thing and it was sent to court, okay, what was the outcome of that case? Didn't the judge ruled that there is no basis granted to the court to prevent the tabling of a report? That is not the duties of the court. That is the duties of Parliament. So why is it that Juliet Holness would weaken the powers of Parliament to go to court to seek assistance? No, Juliet, you are wrong. Once again, this woman have proven that she's not fit and proper to sit in the chair. Because Jamaica, I'm going to show you how stupid the Labour Rights and the Labour Party is. You send a matter to the court. The first question the judge are going to ask you, what is in this report? The judge not supposed to ask you what is in this report. The judge should know already what is in that report. Which leads you back to Parliament. The report must be tabled. And based on what is in that report, then it warrants going to the court. But you cannot carry a report to the court and the court do not know what in the report, but you not carry it in front of the court. No! Juliet Holness, you're incompetent. That is not parliamentary procedure. You only rule when it comes on to parliamentary procedure when it's about the PNP. But once it's about UNO Uno broke every stoplight to cover up. Look at it, Jamaica. Remember me and we are idiot, you know. We don't in the gown and the hats like them. Me and are idiot. But listen from a full perspective. The Integrity Commission never send the report to the court for the court to open it and table it. The Integrity Commission send it to where? The Parliament, as it is required to do. Oftentimes in the past, Nationwide would have already know what is in that report. But because of the scrutiny, when Nationwide command and the attack from society, Nationwide has been losing viewership because they realize that the government have them in them pocket. So follow me now. The report was sent to Parliament for Parliament to table the report. And then based on what is in that report and what is said about he, she, or whichever entity, then he, she, or that entity can act on what is in that report and decide that they are going to go to court with it. That's how it go. But you can't want to bring a report to the court seeking advice from the court when the court is not aware of what is in that report. It's a stupid and dumbfounded thing to do, and you are the Speaker of the House. So the Speaker weakened the powers of Parliament because she's incompetent. How is it possible, Jamaica, that you are going to send a matter to Parliament and Parliament is going to pass on the matter to someone else? It means that you are incompetent. Eh? I see team. Morning, Tara. Short. Tara, come jump up in the box. Come add the T play. Let me add Tara for a second. Good morning, T. How you do?
Hey. Dre, me did want explain what going to the people
Tell me.
because you're spot on. Spot on. Ian Hales way back. The judgment came in 2022, I believe. But I believe he filed the injunction in about 2016 or 2017. It was granted. And that's why the report was not tabled for 5 years. Now, the Justice Shelley Williams, made a judgment. And let me tell you what she said. She highlighted 2 key sections of the Constitution, sections 48 and sections 51, which respectively grant Parliament authority to determine its privileges, immunities, and powers, and permits each house, meaning upper and lower, to regulate its own procedures through standing orders. She said, consistent with the Constitution, each chamber has its own standing orders governing how it conducts its own business. She went on to say, the question is whether the tabling of the report from the Contractor General, and remember at the time, there was a Contractor General, that is now subsumed into the Integrity Commission, right? So the report from the Contractor General falls within the category of business in a sitting, and as such would not be subject to the jurisdiction of the court. This is a question that's being asked. So basically, is it that when you have a report to table from IC, does that mean that it's parliamentary business and therefore it doesn't fall under the jurisdiction of the court. As you said, the legislative is different from the judiciary. She's asking that question. Her answer is an emphatic yes. Indeed, Justice Shelley Williams cited several authorities on the issue, including a 1994 Privy Council ruling in a case from the Bahamas. The courts will not allow any challenge to be made to what is said or done within the walls of Parliament in performance of its legislative functions. So what she's saying, that injunction that Ian Hales got caused the document to languish for 5 years until she ruled in December of 2022 that his request was actually without merit. So, as you said, doesn't it set a precedence? So, them using this case to say, but, well, Ian Hales filed an injunction. Well, you're proving yourself wrong because the justice said that it was without merit. She also held that there was no basis for a stay preventing the tabling of the report because fundamentally the courts have no such power. She stated in her judgment the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate, that would be Gillette Holness and Tom Tavares Finson, would have been acting intra vires by tabling the report submitted to it by the OCG. Their actions would be categorized as the Parliament conducting internal affairs and as such are immune from the jurisdiction of the court. She says, I find that the Speaker of the House and the President of the Senate were improperly joined to the application for the leave of the interested parties. They have them now mix up in a parliamentary business. Parliament is its own power and one has nothing to do with the other. So using the excuse of this is in court, an injunction this, subjudicate that, doesn't hold any weight in Parliament because it's completely separate. Completely separate. They do their own business. The court can't come interfere in it. And just like they can't go and interfere in a court case.
Mighty God. So what me ask, so Tara, you just open the minds of many this morning. So basically, what has transpired in the walls of Parliament? They would have already took a decision not to table the report. So why you come now to the court for us to intervene?
Right.
It is
right.
two separate bodies.
Two separate bodies.
So why you would have already taken a decision? So why come to us for us to overrule your decision?
Correct. She's saying we can't interfere. We have no rights here. In your thing is separate. It's intravirus. It means it's within your own powers. We don't have any rights in the Parliament. That's your business. If you want table it, table it. If you don't want table it, not table it. But we can't stop you. Don't use us as an excuse. We can't stop you. We have no rights in your house.
Hence the reason
It's like if
why
me come in at your house, Trey, and tell your father, well, boy, Mr. B, go to this, go to, me don't have no rights in your yard.
True.
Me can't order around your father, your mother, yourself in your own home.
True.
That's your domain.
So that means simply that this is a matter of pure incompetence.
No. It's by choice. It's not incompetence.
Yes, they choose to be incompetent.
They know what they are doing. It's not incompetence.
Yes.
They know. Because even if they never go back to Ian Hale's case, they had Marissa Dalrymple's.
True.
Where that was held up. And then wanted to say, okay, well, no, I'm just going to take it straight to the Integrity Commission committee. And then, no, I'm going to get a judgment from our legal, and it came down and they said the same thing. Table the report. There's nothing holding you back. There's nothing holding you back.
So those are two classic examples, the Ian Hales case and the Marissa Dimple case, and they were asked to table both reports.
Correct.
So here we are with the FLA report. It's going to be the same thing. It must be tabled, but they are buying time deeply to change and to hamper and to do what they can. But the report will still stand, so we will know whatever move they make to put things in place to correct what was already in that report.
Yes, and if it's not about correcting what's in the report, what we may start seeing is what happened when the IC sent the report for the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Where it sat there for a very long time, but somehow, some way, bits and pieces were leaked and carried on news.
Yes.
I don't know what to call it. An entity.
State media.
Something carried it, and then a narrative was tried to be set.
True.
Right? Remember that it was oh no, it's only a parent's account, only 200,000 in it, and nobody never remember about it. Yeah, so I think we may see something similar.
I see. Tara, I want to thank you for opening our eyes. Thank you so much.
All right, later.
Later, boy, may I tell you, Jamaica, what a rebuttal. Now, like Tara really make we get the full scope. So why would they reference? I think this is a perfect time to open up the phone lines, Persons, if you don't want to give 2 cents, the boxes are open. Let us have a discussion. Why would they reference the Ian Hales matter when you also have the Marissa Dalrymple matter? Remember, they took the matter to court, where Marissa Dalrymple is concerned, and the matter was sent back to Parliament that the court cannot rule. Parliament have to table the matter. Jamaica, we are in some serious mess. I see some persons calling in. Let me add some individuals quickly. No, sir. This is serious. Good afternoon, Shirley. How you do? Shirley, you're not asleep. You're not sleeping. So stop. Make it look like say you're asleep. You're not sleeping, so where you just snoring at the background? For when you couldn't stay so? When you couldn't behave just to stay so as a labor right? What wrong with you now?
Me dey asleep, man.
Go on in. Yes, what you say now?
Me dey asleep.
So how you send requests to be up here and you did asleep?
No, man, accidentally mistake that.
All right, Shirley, what good you hear?
I mistake me, man. I me dey asleep.
All right, Shirley, go on in Jesus' name. What good you hear? Happy weekend when it comes.
All right.
But Tasha, what they want me, baby? Tasha is in the box. So I want Tasha, what you think about all of this that is happening with this report?
Dre, before me talk about that, this is what I want to say. Comrades on the line. Comrades, listen to me. Tag for no see Dre. I want to see Dre face. me ask you all. This starting off me. Make all of you put $10 or $5 to get Dre YouTube channel up. And I pledge the first $10 today, Dre.
Yes.
2 seconds with me.
Yes, Tasha.
Please, I beg you. I want to see Dre on YouTube like Andre. I want to see him on YouTube like Perry. I want to see him go on with the things. No, everybody on YouTube except Dre. I feel that way.
Jesus Christ.
Come me feel that way. Me not tell her that me feel that way. Me know that sometimes Jordan will come and go on with himself and make we laugh. No,
true,
sir.
true.
Me feel that way, comrade. I pledge, Dre. Can Dre moderator take on the names of who say yes? I pledge the first $10 US. Who can pledge? Who can pledge 1,000 Jamaican? Who can pledge 500 Jamaican? Me I beg on time hard the calibrate is very wicked. But me I beg on please. I'm gonna tell on the line. I'm gonna tell on the line. 298. If I even $5, come on, on come. Dre, I tell the name of the people, them and number and inbox Dre. We need to see Dre on YouTube. You need a mic. You need one light, you need a special computer, and you need one earhead. Dre, I am asking you to seek the funds of these things and put up it, Dre. Dre, I want to see you. I'm tired to see you. I want to see you.
I really believe and speaking it into being that I need to set up my YouTube for real. I have been asking and I know.
Pledge 10 Canadian dollar. Come, Dre, moderator, I soon talk about one time because me come with a solution for this problem now. But Dre, me tell me don't want to see you, so I want to see your face. I want to see about the language.
Yes.
Because Dre, me imagine you talk sometimes and I just laugh to myself, you know. Dre, no. Dre, me imagine you talk sometime. I know you have a face and I know you go out with yourself and I know you go out with it and you know. Me know you know. Dre, me want to see you. Dre, me know some murder.
I can do it. It's just that the resource. It's just that the resources are not there. But I mean, collectively, Tasha, I think we can manage, and I have no doubt.
Dre, listen to me. I am gonna say this, Dre. I know that if you are on the YouTube, me no say you go because me not Dre. Nothing not going for the hotel no. You have done so much for PNP. So much for my party. Dre, me can't repay you. Dre, I find me there. Me find me there, Dre. Me come from work, Dre. Me I listen to you, Dre. Me want to see your face. Dre, Dre, you don't know the happiness you bring to me, you know.
Oh, God, man.
Come, I'm asking the comrades. Come, comrades, man. Me I beg you know. If I evil 500 Jamaican dollar, we can't do it. We can do it. We can do it in the name of Jesus. We can do it. Please, this is my plea to you, Dre. You need a YouTube, Dre. You need for the YouTube, Dre.
Yes.
You understand me, Dre? You need for the YouTube. Go on with yourself. Make we laugh and chat.
I agree, my friend. I agree. We're going to do it. We are going to do it. We will. We will. So persons on the ear the plea of Tasha, on the ear the plea of myself. We are going to come together collectively.
And $5. Okay, man, 290. How much are they paying now? 301. And if all we give $500.
Yes.
I am telling you that me understand say no na go dirty tough. But me I beg you know. Somebody say I can't send 1,000 no. Jesus, in the name of Jesus, moderator, on the right, we plead the blood. Because tell me what, my plan is coming out, this is my plan. Oh, we're going to conquer this labor right government.
Yes.
I was watching Ian Bell ask Mark Golden why they have not taken it to the street.
Yes.
And Mark Golden replied, Dre, a long time I talked to you about something, you know. Mark Golden replied that who is going to come?
Yes.
That was Mark Golden reply. All right. Dre, we have 14 parish in Jamaica. I mean, no, so we have 1,000 coming in every parish. Never then can't say them. You know, so we have 1,000. All right, I'm not gonna say 1,000. We have 500 coming in every parish. 500 times 14. How much come with that?
Yes, yes.
No. Do the maths with me. 500 times 14 comrades.
14 parish, yes.
14 parish, I'm not going to say no, the MP, like 28 MP, I'm not going to say the MP. I'm going to say 500 people out of every parish. Time 14, how much people that? Give me the number.
At least 25,000.
All right. I am asking each MP, each councillor, each caregiver to grow up on the people.
Yeah, 7,000 for true.
How much? How much, Dre?
Almost 7,000.
Run up on the people. Come in a mass and put a big demonstration to Andrew Otis and to that wellness. We cannot be a people of coming from the seed of Marcus Garvey. Coming as Angela Brown Burke said, coming from the seed of Nanny, Sam Short, Paul Bogle, and letting this done said woman Andrew Oldness we can't even make a proper sentence. And this good dirty, nasty Jezebel. Do not want to say like one good dirty girl who sell pea downtown. She's nothing different from a market woman who walk more leg. She have no class. When we look and see all the little nastiness talk to Juliet, him talk to Angela Brownberg, we're coming off a table. Juliet only says that is a nasty, dirty market girl. I'm saying with no apology. The vineyard them in our mouth come like so when a skin hag. You ever saw when a skin hag like when you cut the hag head and the skin the hag and through the burn the hag teeth then the hag teeth then kill us so the vineyard in our mouth. See, because you change the whole thing. Because she don't understand that her teeth is so damn big. When she got cap her teeth with vineyard, it make her mouth look different. Like one hag mouth. And I am saying is that we as PNP need to get up, roll up with people. We have councillors. You councillor for the division, we want 100 from you. You councillor, we want 100 from you. You kid, we want 50 from you. And we come and we make a march. And make Juliet Wellness know that I know she are the good girl for Jamaica. You dirty, nasty bitch. You don't know apology. Let me tell you, I don't want to ban your life. She sick my stomach. And I don't afraid for talk this, Dre. We have to put stuff in place now. It's too far. It's too long. She is not one of the people. She is not more than the Andre. Now is the time. You know what now is the time, Dre? The laborers are this grumble. The laborers are suffering. The laborers are on edge. This is the time when the laborers are more vulnerable, Dre, because they are weak. They are this grumble. They are scattered. And now is the time that we need to rope in, Dre, and devour the enemy. What did want us by our nasty stinking on in our ear, by a 2-year plot. This is how nasty kettle. Julia, come, hey, we're never gonna mark it over here. Pound of yam, pound of this, that's how she is. She have no class. I remember, I know, when she tried to diss Lisa Anna, I know. And I don't know, this little dog is like this, this little Jezebel is like this, you know. Everyone should try to list this Lisa Anna, you know. But because Lisa Anna is so intelligent, Lisa Anna pause and ponder, and then she answer her. But you see the look on Lisa Anna's face that she want to say something, but the class that Lisa Anna have would never let this little nastiness drag her down her road. Well, look at what does the pan Rhoda Crawford, who is our matey. When the pan Rhoda Crawford face when she was talking to Angela Brown, you know, it was like Rhoda Crawford said, "Oh my God, is this really Prime Minister wife?" She act like one little skettle. You know, look here, Dre. Babsy Granger, rough, ragamuffin girl, and Babsy no behave like her. Babsy realizing decency. Babsy are trying to be Mrs. now. Babsy are trying to be Miss. She's trying to be, because she knows in a PR. How can we have a woman like Juliet Owens? A woman like Juliet Owens, I represent we. It is awful. It is disgusting. Look here. I was at my computer charting at work last night, Dre. And one of my co-worker, she leave Jamaica when she was 18 years old and she's leaving to retire because she's a nurse practitioner. She look at me and she said, oh my God, do you see what happened, Camille? She said, do you see what happened? I said, what? Because I never know that woman there. Really? Because she there from she 18-year-old. And she almost 70 now. She on borrowed time because she doesn't want to work. I said, what are you talking about? She said, Camille, have you seen how disgraceful the Prime Minister wife is?
Wow.
I was shocked when the lady come to me and said that to me. I couldn't say nothing. Me, we have too much mouth. Me have to bypass the argument. I said, soon come, let me finish with this charting. Because I could not answer her. Me couldn't say, woman was to the woman, and I told the woman attack. I mean, I just pray that you not come to work tonight. It is all, Dre, it is all, and let me tell you something. You see the money where Andrew Honest not give the people them. Dre, I want to say something to you. You see, for me, I spend my work at Jamaican and Spanish running. Kind of say I saw it further me there.
Yes.
And a lot of these Jamaicans have sent their money there. And Dre, they are this grumble. Dre, they are so mad about it. Dre, they take chicken, we send 100 come to Jamaica. It's only $1,000. You think you check chicken?
True.
Dre, I am saying to you, now is the time the Libertad this grumble with the killing. The Libertad this grumble with the hungriness that they are feeling. The Libertad are in this report with each other. Now is the time for us to go in. We can find people.
Yes. Thank you, Kamiana.
You say much on the line, Dre. But you see, I open up the ideas of what we need to do. So I'm asking the members of parliament, I'm asking the councillors, the caretaker. You guys are not stupid. You guys know what I'm trying. Just take the street.
Amen.
Mr. Gordon alone have win by almost 7,000. Angela Brownberg win almost by 8,000. I'm just saying to say that we have the people.
Yes.
We just need to organize, just like when we have our national conference and we have the bus that leaving from Stratton with 200 people, and the bus leaving from Putman with 200 people, the bus leaving from Orchard with 300 people, the bus leaving from Highgate and all those. Just set me around and you can get 1,000 people out of and beyond. This is what we need to do. Black, demonstrate we are black, and we have it save Jamaica from the hooligan of Andrew and his wife.
Thank you, Tasha. Boy, may I tell you, girl, you're making absolute sense. I want to thank you. For those persons who listen to Tasha and myself, me need to get the YouTube up and running for real. So guess what? You can send whatever donations. They are all there on my bio. The Zelle is there. The Cash App is there, and you can send it directly to my Scotiabank account. We need to get, because sometimes I have some clips, I have some video where people have sent me, and I could reach more people via YouTube. Not saying I will stop TikTok. I will be running both platforms concurrently, but I need to get the YouTube off the ground for real. So, you know the materials needed. So I'm asking persons to donate. The links are there in my bio. Just go up on my page and you will see the Zelle, the Cash App, and of course, the link to my bank account. And we can get things started. All right? Okay, Jesus is my rock, not a problem. I see your message. But let's get some more Callers, thank you, Tasha. So passionate. I love you, darling. You know that from long time. Comrade Paula Sadler and then Sir Bless. Wagwan, you guys been waiting patiently. Turn on your microphone, Paula.
Yes, it's on.
What you think about the handling of this report, Paula?
Jay, you know my thing is, you mean to tell me that even if she is a blunderhead, and let's give her that she is not a fail, because for 10 years she sit down there. For 10 years she sit down there, look like it's only the standing order book she read. So let's give her that. But we know that a Malahoo fort is there.
Yes,
We know
Jai
that
Wagwan.
a Delroy Chuck is there.
Yes.
We know that there are several lawyers. Although when them open them out, you have to wonder if it's a law degree they have or they have passed the bar. But let's look beyond that. Let's look beyond that. When that report came in, if she was not quite understanding of what the report state or what necessary steps she could have taken. She couldn't pick up the phone and call the right Chuck.
You know, look so.
I said, Chucky, me get one report here, but it not look good for we. What me for do?
Yes.
And then him, being that he's a lawyer, would have said to her, well, remember the branches of government, you know, and you cannot interlope out of one into the other.
Yes.
So maybe you have to then read the report and then let the chips fall where they may.
Correct.
Don't it?
Yes.
And if it's so be it that the offending persons have an issue with it, then let them seek proper counsel to know the way forward. Don't it?
Of course.
Not simple arithmetic that.
Yes.
We're not looking at the Pythagoras theorem right here. We're just looking at basic maths, right? So if you know, say, you sit down up at top this, I go on like you have wing more than anybody else. I go on like you know more than anybody else. In the long run, you're just an ordinary dunce too.
True.
Eh? Be still my beating heart, that you think yourself so high and mighty that instead of asking for help or seeking assistance to know the way forward, you take it up on yourself to weaken the parliament at its need, to go to the judiciary with something, knowing full well, because when you read a case, when you cite a case, you cite this a person versus this a person, and you get the data, you get the outline of what happened, because it corresponds with your case.
Correct.
So you use it as a reference point. So she never knows so a reference points were there that she could look back at. She gonna find with the clerk of the house or whatever Colin Low's responsibility. She couldn't send her go in one library for go look for the detail or garner some information, put together a report and give to her.
True.
Isn't that what we are paying them for? Isn't that why they got this massive increase? To do their jobs and do it diligently? Eh? So you mean for tell me, sir, me get 300% to 300 dunces? Eh? 300% increase was given to these people to do their jobs, Dre. And you still cannot do it, but you tell me that they got this increase because they were oh so competent. And we have to pay for their knowledge. When Dre, them don't even have a teaspoon of the language when me pay them for. Come on, Dre, man. Enough is enough. I am wondering at what point are my peoples, the Bible talk about peoples, so may I use peoples. When the peoples of Jamaica is going to get it, that the boot is on our neck and it's squeezing.
True.
The constant unaliving of young men and women and children is at an alarming rate. Dre, it's at an alarming rate. People, don't wait for it to knock on your door. Don't wait until it pushes your gate and comes in uninvited. The time is now. And what Tasha spoke about, when I heard my leader say it, I said, my God, what happened to the people of Jamaica? What happened to us? This island, for all of you that don't know, we had to always have a British armada in looking onto this island, because at any moment there was uprising. That is the stock that we come from, not this weak neat jellyback prototype that we have dissolved to. We had British armada constantly circling the island, because at any moment our ancestors rose up fighting for freedom, for this generation to be cowering in a corner, not from the British, but from the very people you elect. You went to the polls, you marked your X, you dipped your finger, and this is what you're getting, and we are satisfied? Eh? This is what we are satisfied with? Dre, come on, man. Jamaica, wake up. Awake from your slumber and answer the call. We are calling for justice. We're calling for unity. The blood is crying out from the earth. Our young people are being targeted. Our young men, young women, you can't do nothing now. There's a target on each and every citizen. Not because you live up on Narbrook, you might be exempted, but anything below a crossroad, target the pound on the back. And they have organized the security force to come into community, mass up. How can you be carrying out the arm of justice? How can you be persons that are upholding law and you have en masse? What are you hiding from? Why are you coming into people communities under this guise? Under the uniform, you can tell. We don't even know if it's criminal elements or security officers, because them have a mask, them have a balaclava. Where else in the world you see police going into community in balaclava? Not even ICE have a balaclava. Dre. Hello.
Speak, Paula, maybe Dre, you do something. Speak.
Oh, yeah. You know, Tasha, I have a 25-year-old son, and I pray over him every day once he goes out, because I don't want him walking on the road and the police stop him and him don't answer them or they want to be answered and them strike him down. The land is calling out for justice. The land is calling out for equal rights. We cannot continue like this anymore. We have become a nation that is weakened. And you allow one man to weaken you. And he has garnered the element of the security force to basically keep us like sheep so that he can have his way in this country. And for that I say, people of Jamaica, this is what you voted for? Is this what you want? Is this the Jamaica that you want to move forward in? Look into yourself. Answer the question.
Thank you.
Answer the question and say, enough, Dre. Enough. Our cup has run it over. And Dre, I rest my case. Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you, Paula. Big up every time. Very well said. Good afternoon, sir. Bless, it's your time, sir. Turn on your microphone.
How you doing, my teacher?
We're there, blaze the fire as usual.
Yeah, I like the presentation of the two fire lady.
Yes, man.
DJ Pablo, big up yourself. Wow, what more can we say? But if you look at the results of the September 3rd election, I remember that there was a budget read for the 3rd of September. Do I right?
Yes, I don't know if you're speaking through a microphone, sir, Bless, but you're sounding muffled.
Okay, are you hearing me a little better?
I'm hearing a little better now. Yeah.
Yeah, I said there was a budget read for the 3rd of September election last year. And when the finance minister promised the people of Jamaica about $2,000, and they're comfortable with it. And then the prime minister gave this massive 300% increase to the parliamentarian, and the people of Jamaica satisfied. But listen now, the government have to behave this way now. But what I am saying, I am glad Mrs. Paula, Sadler, Tasha, DJ Escobar and Brad and J. Brian yourself, we're not going to make no rum and bomb government represent us. We're not going to make a dozen livestock chicken government represent us. We're not going to make a vampire. We're not going to make a vampire government that go to their bed at 10 o'clock in the night and rise at 12 o'clock in the AM. We have to find some way to peg this vampire government to stop sucking out the blood of the poor people of Jamaica. I'm totally in agreement with Tasha. I am stop crying out for peace now. You're crying out for peace. This is what the government will continue to do. Do not regard the opposition who truly have their right to speak in the parliament on the behalf of the people of Jamaica. I don't know who the Jamaica Labour Party speak for, you know. If it's the people that want the rum and bum representation and the piece of roast beef slice off a grill and give to them. Well, I am a pro-Jamaican and I don't believe I should have a rum and bum government to represent me. I don't think of that. I am not crying out now. I am not crying out now just like Tasha for peace. I am crying out for equal right and justice. I am crying out for equal right and justice. And I'm in total agreement with Mr. Tasha. We're going to organize up ever even 10 people out of a constituency. Iron Sharmet Iron. We're marching up to Garden House. And we're going to demand good governance in this country. You want to tell me we have a police force now become the mercenary in Jamaica? That our baby are not safe? Our lady are not safe? Our elderly are not safe? Who's safe in Jamaica? But the elites, them. Who's safe in Jamaica? And I'm saying, I am 100% agreement with Tasha. We have to hold the bull by its horn now. We must. have to hold the bull in the hand. We cannot continue to satisfy with rum and boom representation. That's my few words for the day. Continue to do your good job, J. Brian. Continue with my people.
Thank you, sir. Bless. Very well said, sir. Big up yourself every time.
Thank
Uncle
you very
Pablo,
much.
what they want?
General.
Brilliant. All right. Lady Escobar and I will source something for you overseas.
Oh,
So she will talk to you more about that.
please, please, that would bring me a far way. Blessings every time.
I want
Yes,
to
man.
we've been getting our things down to yesterday or the day before yesterday we had some things on coming for us. So that's why yes we kind of hold
Yes.
back and before we come on the year. Yeah. Let me tell you something.
Oh,
Dre.
me want some. Yes, man. I would love the assistance with it. Me need to get a YouTube thing up because people keep on encouraging me.
It's just that instead of just send money, she can source one a piece of equipment for you.
Nice, 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 nice.
I'm gonna love
One.
it.
Somebody can send the microphone. Somebody can send the lighting. You know, with every mickle make a muckler, we can pull it off.
Yeah. Cause you know, Dre, we really want to see you conquer the spot. Cause right now, at the hunger thing we will look out for. You see, all the time you say you coming on at 9:30, you know, come on, me cuss, you know. But me, just come on, I want to say me cuss bad.
True.
Yeah, sometimes when we see boy, something that go on, and when we go on other program and hear some rubbish attack. Yeah, you understand? Things that take place in Jamaica and what we need as bloggers. And you see, for those who can't blog, leave it alone. And
I agree.
just leave it alone and listen. You understand?
True.
You see? But because you want to make up your score, you have some damn media come on and talk all kind of rubbish. Right now, the writing is on the wall. We are living in a serious time so serious, cantankerous, and dangerous.
True.
You understand? And what happened to that young lady? Based on what she could have Baptist, Christ, or Presbyterian, or Catholic, is a human being.
Mm-hmm.
And when I see her own people them go against her,
True.
it burn my feeling for what these type of JLP bloggers are. My God, is a woman life snuff out that way because of the elite assassination squad team led by the Jamaica Labour Party and Commissioner of Police. And them deny, so them don't have a death squad team going out. Yeah? These people can move from anywhere they want and do them duty. You see it. So we have a very serious now, and based on what you see going in the parliament,
yes,
with that prime minister wife, from the day she put foot in a parliament, the parliament, a matter of fact, when the dump site round a lake spend more decent than we're in a parliament. She's the main orchestrator and everything, and the little women them who in the parliament sit down. Little women them in the parliament sit down can't say nothing. You see, because once it becomes a fall off of the table, and the Mr. and Mrs. Andrew is home and them are creep it up. You understand? You see, right now, Marlene, right now, she don't look good. You can't look out for anything up to that lady because them capable of doing that. You understand? She don't look comfortable in the house and now. You see? And I don't want to tell herself to resign or across the floor. You understand? But we have to look out for her. You understand?
I agree.
You see, because each one help one.
Yes, man.
Because the country go in a situation now, and the Prime Minister don't care no more.
True.
him no care no more. And the little pitch fly by night, them in a parliament and knock down this. And I go on with them antics. Yeah, you see it. And the one who just come when name Smith, the old gambler. Oh, he has so much mouth in a parliament.
True.
And you know, me like the vibrant mood and the new looks of Daytona now.
Yes, man.
Yeah, Daytona have a revolutionary looks now in parliament.
True.
I may have to get the strength to me, the young doctor there, Dr. Daz.
Oh, yes.
Weaval, Omar, and you see it, and the dread. You see, as it fit Michael Philip get up and attack, you know, I saw me want them to start now. Because we're ready to make the right, to paint the writing on the wall. Dre, we might they attack, you know, but may look for an uprising anytime soon.
It's a go happen.
You see, the people fed up.
Yes.
And right now, we not enough food in the Dre. They are hungry. Team mash down bad.
True.
Mash down bad. We only got a couple months to serve. If we leave it out for December, God is on our side. God is on our side, let me tell you. You see? Because you have the money in the Dre. And when you go to the shop, and you go ask that, and you constantly have to go and ask the shopkeeper, how much should that again? How much should that again? Because you will embarrass.
Every week you raise.
Every minute you raise. You're going to go buy a Pepsi this morning, and the Pepsi have for 200. When you go back in the afternoon, yes, at 250 or 230.
True.
Sometimes you have to ask them, I never ask them the time, you know. You not tell me the time. I want to know how much my Pepsi. So, Dre, you're my bona fide friend.
Yes.
What you mean? Me and Escobar going to help you.
All
with
right,
some equipment. Me no want your bar like Jimmy Swaggart every night. You have a new project where you have big money.
Jesus! Oh,
You understand?
Yes.
And you will get through.
I will take your advice, uncle. You're older than me. You have the experience, and if you who have been there, tell me, who am I not to listen?
You see it? Just yourself. Jay, sometimes I come in a constituency, but I through the workload upon me, you know. Maybe I say me. Yeah, man, we do severe lands.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
May I tell you, it's dangerous.
It is.
Look pretty out there.
True.
Look pretty out there. And as we say, Lady Escobar will help you, because you are you to me check for from the very first time.
I respect do it, man, for real.
Understand? Remember the first time you black me and say you don't come on my program, tell me how to run my program. I'm able to Lady Escobar. You see that blood that you will get the program again.
It's all a comrade. It's a comrade thing. And look how far we come. It's the same with other persons. Like we might have with disagreement, but at the same time, if we say we are comrade, we must can bypass certain things for the greater good.
Yeah.
That is it. Maximum respect, uncle. Maximum respect. And you know, we might All right, uncle. Big up yourself every time. Mrs. Escobar, blessings. Brad, thank you for waiting. Thank you. Yes, man.
Uncle Pablo will be dead with laugh. Sorry. Morning, Uncle Pablo, morning. But I'm gonna take a deep breath on that one here, because Auntie Paula, you lick the nail right on the head.
True.
And a lot of times I remember, you can hear me properly, Dre?
Loud and clear, darling.
Thanks. A lot of times I sit and I wonder, what a fire that day. I grew up in a Jamaica where this couldn't happen, you know. I grew up in a Jamaica where Horace Chang could not sit as the security minister. He would have had to step down immediately. Horace Chang could not have the opportunity. No, he could have said it, but he would be out the door after saying it. Police must line up all who is asking them to wear body camera. Get away up and put wherever and bus M16 over our head. Him couldn't stay in there. He would have had to be out because they would have realized that this man is racist. I'm not take back my talk. And this is not the view of Dre Bryan or in platform. This is me. When I look back on what led up to the rebellion in St. Thomas in 1865, it is similar to what is happening now in 2026. And for persons who don't know or seem to have forgotten why the rebellion took place, it was the very same injustice where persons were being arrested unlawfully and they were being slapped with some harsh punishments by the colonial court back in that time.
Yes.
Please remember, separate and apart from that, when it came to land, persons were being displaced and put out and cheated of abandoned estates. They could not go on it to live. That is where they came up with this whole damn thing about squatters. So the masters would have abandoned the estates and persons would go on it to live. Persons who were working in the sugar fields went there to live. And the colonial masters within that time of 1865 called them squatters. And if it is, they were discovered cutting cane, whether for eat or whatever, they called it larceny, and they would throw them in prison. Now, please remember, when the citizens wrote a letter to the Queen at that time, she sent back a letter to Governor Erie, or way more for name. And he came back and told them, you need to work harder. And they said, not a backside where flatten this down. Please remember another thing. It was the British officers who beat up. Remember, it's beat up 2 men at St. Thomas, you know. And we whip on one of them, you know. Since you don't forget, you know. And that is when Paul Bogle put on him foot and said, no, sir, Bible, go right there, so. This cannot work. And that is how the rebellion took place. And up to the day, Governor Erie, his name is disgraced in history. His entire lineage have a stain on it because one man with a group of other persons and a letter that he left behind took a stand and said, enough is enough. We're going to beat out on the backside all out of this because this cannot happen. So why is it that today in 2026, when we're no longer under colonial rule, but we have a racist man for our security minister who look like a Mongolite? I'm not being disrespectful. When I say Mongolite, the man more look like Mongolian more than anything else when you look at him. So he's a Mongolite. Genghis Khan. The man more look like him come from Genghis Khan lineage. And we all know how Genghis Khan was. He was ruthless. Down to the baby pampers. He was cruel too. So now, why are we allowing this Mongolite that is racist to sit down and weaponize the police? The police is no longer the police. The police is the militia. Wow. I saw a video this morning of an incident that took place today. They shot a young man and his mother had to hug him up on the ground. And the police went over her and put pepper spray in her eye and sprayed it.
Yes.
Because she would not allow them to finish off our child. And another lady went on top of her and hugged her up, and the police pepper spray her again. When the lady was trying to go in the back of the pickup to accompany her son to KPH because she did not want him to be unalive, the police hold her and drag her out. A resident must take her, push her up in the back of the pickup. We are too quiet. Andrew Holness, Horace Chang, and the police commissioner, but especially Horace Chang, because I realize Horace Chang is racist. And I'm going to tell you why I keep on saying this man is racist and him don't like we as a set of black people. You cannot, as the police, as the security minister, turn the police into a militia and tell them they must open M16 over we head, make we hear of gunshot sound. You cannot tell the police that they must shoot first and ask question later, but they must make every shot count. You cannot, unless it is that you are a racist man sitting down in the position that you're in and you have the opportunity to use the state resource to unalive a nation of black people. I mean, not stop state Horace Chang is a racist man and you're not to be sitting down where you are. Because at this point, it is past police. It is past what you would call extrajudicial killings. It is now genocide because it's one set of people alone you see being unalive. You don't see nobody at all that look like Horace Chang being unalive. It's people, it's black people. Only black people. So it is genocide and it is ordered by Horace Chang and Andrew Holness, but mostly it will not wear humanity.
True, man.
And I land right there.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you so much. Big up yourself every time. Solid points. What go on, Daniel? What's your 2 cents on the matter, my brother? Daniel, you there? Look like Daniel only a listen, man.
Maybe if Daniela listen, let me drop in a bit because I
Drop
love,
in, missus. What you go on?
you know, so when it come on to brat, even though me have me think them, you know, me have to take piece of a brat piece and continue from the trajectory right there.
Yes.
So we're going to flip the script this morning. So I like when Brad mentioned the whole racist aspect, and I'm going to tie it in with a book called How to Make a Slave by the famous Willie Lynch. I came on your platform earlier in the election and I mentioned that book and people feel a joke business. And the way that man could have outlined how to control people, because you have a concept called where you say, keep the body and you control the mind. So you have them physically and you bound them mind to the way where them can't think no other way. And when you hear Brad outline the racist part, it is indeed true. In that very same book, Dre, it speaks about fear. And it's not because, and we see it evolve in a Jamaica over the time, where Jamaican people, as what Brad said, them need more revolutionary, where some things are happening. And in split of a second, you can expect to see certain things are going on and the demand and people come out in a full force and demand certain things. You don't see that anymore. Why you don't see it anymore? More, the government put in place strategies to break the people. And a lot of us caught up in a social media too much that we would not even recognize the changes happening around us until you pull that door and step outside. You see it for yourself live and direct. And that is the thing. When you talk about distrust, because that is another tactic, you know, distrust. Person out here talking the truth. People out here tell us that they see it with them 2 eyes. People are tell us, yes, me see it, me have it from my video, me have it from me picture. This is this, that is that, and no matter how them put that out there, you have brute like Nationwide who come and spin the narrative and they cause the people in mind for captivated in a one way where them don't listen to the person who warning them all along, and then turn on and have a distrust for those persons and put their hope and dreams in the government and stick them down in a hole. And this is how they let us through. You notice when they come on, they only can read like them a read off of one piece of paper. And if you take them off of the script, then don't know how to respond to you or because that is how them program them to behave. Them the people and when them feel listen to them, they listen to them, the people there again. And then them not recognize that the fear aspect that drive around them with the police. Where the people them equip the police will literally murder them off. And in terms of envy, I'm going to tell you the next part now, Dre, because sometimes we have to speak it as is. Envy. But then when them have slave, Dre, and what them usually do to slave, because some people believe that them don't only put them underneath both bottom, and that is it. The brown one, them take the brown one, them and put them a level up above you, the black one. And you see, true, you see them above you, for them look era, it no comfortably, no Dre. But maybe them lose the chain off of for them foot, but then tie their hand. But you whether below them now, for your foot and for your hand tie up. You below them want and I say, oh Lord, when me can reach up at that stage if it easily go pain off of my body because me chain off for me foot off for me and tie up, and this a man ya only for him and tie up, and maybe him can turn his head two side and him look like him alright, him look like he will make it. Remember say a lot of them Dre under the bottom dead.
True.
And them draw them out shark off a slave boat from if no people know this history, a dead body with them a throw overboard make shark a fall boat to come into shore, you know?
Yes.
So these people know exactly what they are doing. And maybe you have a next set up. So you see the Mal and Morgan now. And these JLP bloggers, I call them bossy slave, you know, Dre. Them one, they are the one them when them appoint and put in a certain post. And because them claim to say them in a certain post, them believe that them better than the rest of people them in a Jamaica.
Yes.
And Mal and Morgan, remember when he did over Cumberland over there, so in a one little old half table, each up on one little iron piece, they clap them in cheer, them a bend like say them about to broke off with him in a road. So that is how they do. Them take the boss it, the little one them, where them sister them can control their mind and give them some position. So them turn out and come be havoc to Jamaican people. Palm plantation when them appoint these bossy slaves and then get Bakra master dirty trousers with crutches tear out and then get fi put on it and then get one little shirt with dirty like road but throw them in a clothes and nobody else know in a clothes. Them a whip you harder than even the Bakra master.
True.
Them a ensure that you feel lick them more than even the Bakra master. Those are the type of people we have sitting in a government now. Somebody like Marlon Morgan. Speaking of the incident now with the lady with them gun down, I see a lot of labor right come out and me a look upon them and you know buy into them story and buy into for them bullshit. You know why?
Yes.
Dre, these were the same people, them prime minister and them senator come out on radio can tell us if you go wear blue in support of the police in a halfway through when JFJ come out there. And if they did have sense, then would have looked on the placard them where JFJ have and see people will get convicted in the court for extrajudicial killing, name the depend them poster there. But them never business with that because then government tell them so if you go out, go protest against JFJ. Them never recognize when them go out there in them blue. Say family member for some of those slain victims were out there too a cry for justice for them people. Them never look upon that because that is guess what? The narrative where them want to carry it go against them and them prime minister and them commissioner of police and them security minister.
That is it.
So them send them out in a full post. Tell them to come out in a blue now if you can go down a Granville. Go defend police down a Granville now. And all of them, come and see one Rasta one come out. One little licey one like Munchie come out. He make sure have an theme green shirt, you know. And he make sure have see how much belly him have over 4 or 3 belly him have up in a theme hand. Time buy out all of the belly him if you put pan cow. He make sure buy them out. And then ring and then bell tongue drop out now. So the whole of them come now with them narrative attack about if Andrew no fix this. Them in can't see, but look here, Jerry, no buy into the narrative. Them know. Say Andrew can't see back another term in this country.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So you see that narrative when them care about because of the woman and nobody now talk why Jamaica would have distrust in the prime minister. Them get them third term and they know them get it called. Now them can't celebrate them third term Dre. It's so funny. Them can't celebrate them third term all now. And if you see the third start, bitter medicine.
Oh, yes.
Bitter medicine come in them direction and them can't stop it no matter what them do. And Jamaican people wake up, Jamaican people realize what is going on. And the only thing we can say to these people in Jamaica, when you jump up, because him know Dre with the bell there. All him come attack. If election call a man in a him that out there jump up and
yes.
Same way. It is just that this incident was caught on camera. And the narrative cannot be twisted in a no shape and form. Then come out already and make excuse. Then come out and try draw down pictures of the woman and I try put it that way if you say this and that and anything with them attack. The Jamaican people would have seen it clear in front of our face. Say a murder.
That's it.
A lot of people attack say the man have up the woman. And Jeremy, I go show you a negative aspect to it where I tell you say me believe what Brad say. If you watch that video closely and you see the gentleman in front of the vehicle and you see the next one, make sure say him go over to the other side. Dre them farmer dragnet around that woman.
Yes.
Because the one to the side knew say him have to come out of the way before the next one fire the shot. They know what they were doing. Then farmer dragnet around with Dre when we go downtown go protest.
Wow.
I see thing them do with Dre.
Wow.
And everywhere we go, when we are march, them are what drive we down. When we look, all a camp vehicle them come down. The whole JDF vehicle and everything transporting us all over the place. If you turn on any road, a vehicle. You see when we reach our next pass, Dre, when we are protest with justice, Dre, them corner we in a one the lane up what the lane the name again? Up. I still remember the lane behind Garden House, Dre. And them corner we and they make sure black we off with the vehicle, you know. And I want lady way up our house when the lady could have stayed above our wall. So when I watched the protest, you know, Dre. And the woman said, do not come inside of here. Turn and come out. You see, as we turn and come out back to the lane, Dre, there comes the when you look and see SWAT. When you look and see truck, what the people them bring, if you come put up everybody up in that. And when youth they come from St. Anna, when the youth come from St. Andrew, you know what they do? The youth dressed in a long sleeve shirt and tie around neck and him well put together pants and shoes, everything. And I'm first, Mr. The police fling wristband in hand and say up in the truck.
Wow.
So Dre, look here, man. Nobody no can tell me about police. One time gone police a stereotype and I say, oh, your ear look no comb. You're in a one white shirt, you're in a one black pants, and you look at slippers and police are all and pull you say you're a criminal. Them not recognize that criminality evolve. A jacket suit and tie them away, run them a walk with briefcase. Nobody in the same place. Them look at slippers and commit crime nowadays. But them not go dance to that the music they Dre, because guess what? It is an offense to them and their audience, and them not go like it when people talk the truth.
That's right.
I would say this and I will end on this note, Dre. I dare the government to release that financial report in terms of fraud we are going in the banking system. I dare not to release it and see if someone would have really save back on the money in some of them bank there. Because that is the narrative. Them come out every day, a spin narrative, a twist narrative, and a grow on the corner. None of what I want to do. And nothing at all when Nationwide do. Can't save, you know. And Nationwide, that is the next station, you know. Is a brute. I say, Dre, that station there is a weapon we farm against Jamaican people. And I will tell you why. Cliff Hughes come out when the budget read with Nigel Clark. Oh, Nigel Clark is a genius. He's a genius. Because look there, the man just present a lot of things in the budget. Only if he hears the budget shortfall.
Yes.
Cliff Hughes, nobody come back again, come say breaking news, the budget shortfall. He not talk that part there. He not talk that part there. He come back again. The Prime Minister made this presentation. It was a wonderful presentation. And them go on with all sort of something. Now see the everything that take place here now, which is contradicting to the budget itself where them present to the people. All of a sudden now, hear the cliff use. We have to fix this. This look like, everything look like. It is not what it is, you know. It look like.
True.
This look like murder, but he never remember saying the on radio talk, or strong this or strong that and crime, right? And people must comply with police and this. Dre, there is no way I will ever comply with police when no uniform wash out and is not the color of the JCF. That is not the color that JCF given you to wear. So no police boy, when he no purple pants, he can't contact me a road and ask me no question or give me no directives. But change the uniform, put yourself together and then lead and come. No police boy with them boot chip up and look like say they're not even if I do wrong something them in I can't come address me. Anybody can go by that. Nobody with them ID and something not visible can approach me to come talk to me. No police with them clothes when you see the white in it look like a cream can address me. No police with no crush up shirt cannot address me because that is not the uniform of JCF. Go fix on yourself and wheel and come back again. Some who know the uniform, we can see the iron in it, Dre, when they use the iron to you see the material turn shine. I know the JCF uniform that. So now come to Jamaican people about to now fan down people and I tell people to stop. You know can't be anybody. You know can't impersonators out there.
Yes.
So put yourself in line if you don't want citizens to look down like you want somebody. You don't know nobody. And it's just this truth and the Jamaica Labour Party make Jamaican people have no respect again for police because you take up police and attend them now for go on clean up work. Then turn parasite now. They for them duty have to break down bacteria. That the only thing bacteria them turn now, Dre, to break down organisms and give off gas. That's the only thing them have make sense in this country for Dre. And I will say this. The good police when they did in the force, Dre, them gone.
Yes.
Them pack up them bag and gone. Because when I look all upon my lecturer who wear who did wear uniform from police or wear short pants and him pack up him things them and run. The JCF is done. Nothing left in a JCF. JCF is just a hens. A special we drink. So when me talk and I can talk about special, JCF is a hens, a special we a drink now and drink cup of soup until the food cook on the ends.
Sound away, but are the truth. Sound away, but it is the absolute truth. Mrs. Escobar, I want to thank you. Thank you so much. I wish she jump gone, me not even get to bless her up. But bless up yourself, Mr. and Mrs. Escobar. God bless you. No. Good afternoon, Carl Brown. You could turn on your microphone, sir. What's your contribution? Carl Brown, going once, going twice. Are you there, sir? You cannot stay here. You have to go, all right? Daniel, you ready now? Daniel look like him. The panel ends. But anyway, people, what a wonderful conversation this morning. We have some fruitful discussion. I normally wrap up my class at 1 p.m. because, you know, we have to work. But Jamaica, I just want everybody to take into consideration what was said.
Yes, my brother. Yes, my brother.
Hey, what go on?
You know, I'm at work, but we still have to find time for the people.
All right, my brother.
Well said, Mr. and Mrs. Escobar. Big up yourself, bro.
Yes.
You know, and we continue to see the people who love the Jamaican people and have their interests at heart. You know, when you look at a security minister who's going to come out and accuse Jamaica for Justice as benefit of blood money,
yes,
while the same donors are donating to the government as well. And when we look and see that just come like just a 9-day talk coming from security minister. Then we go again and hear, as what Brad just echoed, that the people should go up at Upper Camp and at Twickenham Park and let the fire some pie rounds over their men. It's time for us to get rid of those Chinese man. Yes, there are Chinese people. We need to get rid of them. We have seen the JLP and Anjones administration campaign and mark Jefferson Golden Bertha issue. And they try to disgrace the man. And when Mark Golden produced his birth paper to the Jamaican people, the Prime Minister said, it's not your birth make you a Jamaican. What nonsense is that? But we understand what he mean by that.
Oh,
because Jamaica is developing up in their eyes for outsiders, not for Jamaican people. These news house that you hear they're talking about is not low income house. You know, they're not. They don't care about Jamaican people. Last night I was on Anna. I'm Jay. Let me tell you, I'm so frustrated talking about this over and over. I'm just so. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to do. Last night I was on my program and I asked, just ask the chat. I have 180 people over there and I asked them, can somebody tell me one thing that the Anjones administration have done throughout his 11 year in power?
Just one.
Just one thing. And once somebody replied in the chat that he brought down crime. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? While you have bloggers running all over the place. Running all over the place. Talking all these sort of nonsense. And let me tell you, most of these bloggers you see right now, blogging for the JLP, they are one-time PNP.
True.
A one-time JLP. Porter of such party to understand that Bojo was a campaign manager in her constituency. She a stalwart when come on to the JLP. She stand up for her party. And when I hear some female who support the same party have some remarks to draw on Bojo character.
Wow,
oh my.
It's sad, man.
Oh my. Remember, we're talking about a woman in a jail.
That
a
was
woman
a part of
in
them.
a vehicle in a jail.
Yes.
Where the officer point his weapon in her direction and discharge it.
Exactly.
And you people find it in your heart to justify the officer murder that he commit on the. What justification you finding? I don't see what you're trying to justify there for the officer. There's nothing that is just one thing and it's just M. And let me tell you again, you see these police, all they see them exalting themselves are poor people picking them.
True.
The whole of them when you see, me and you know see rich people picking where they're on the board or upon whatever federation. We don't see them. A poor people picnic them and run up and down and analyze poor people picnic. That's why you see them come out and them now no love Jay. Them no love that. And most of them have to go back in the same community. If you ever check some young girl and some young this of them they each up. Some of them have them look a gang too and them look a crow. That's why you see them a fight for we continue wearing the mask.
True.
A poor people picnic them. A poor people picnic, the whole of them come from inner city. Maybe few would have said, me grew up in the rural area, me get a chance over St. Catherine there, so. But what the area classify as?
Yes.
Virgin, them just eat poor people. And let me tell you, Jamaican people, we have get the chance the 3rd of September 2025.
Yes.
to put in a true and right leader who have the Jamaican interest at heart. Can you imagine if we never have Mark Gold in the parliament? You know how much law they would have rammed through and drammed through
Exactly.
if we never have such a legislator?
We are talk.
Can you imagine Mark Golding move up finance minister, move up transport minister, move up justice minister, move up works, move up. And the only thing them have over Mark Golding is just to make unilateral decision because they have the majority. Nothing else.
That's all. For real.
Mark Golding have a vision for the Jamaican people. And I see minches out there. I see people come and pressure the opposition now. The opposition for go protest and opposition on a gueno. Can't get the chance to do it, you know. I want to licky. The KFC want to analyze the Rasta man over. And that when you run down the KFC and hear them come about 32. On a fool like. The man the 2 full term I'm never going a dollar. So I want him to go in and go on 30. You know, this sound nonsense. Them give themselves a hike raise. And that was the reason why. Yes, give me a second, I'm coming. Just 2 more seconds, I will be outside, all right? The paper is on the table. When you see them give for themselves over 200% raise and get doctors and you all own self-police, this is how I eat that. You're being used. This government don't care about the Jamaican people. We have to unite and start a collective effort for stand as Jamaican people and let the government know, say, listen, we know exactly what you're doing and it's time for you to go.
Amen.
We have to stand. If we don't do it now, we have to stand. You people who always out there hearing us and then you type in 1 p.m. and you realize it is now 1 and how much of you have gone? It's past 1 already, you know. It past 1 p.m. You never know it was coming at your door. I'm not happy for that. And I'm not rejoicing. But it's time for you to take back control of your mindset. And let's come and tell the nation that he's battling for the mind of the people. Then he went to Israel and kissed the wall. I take that very too serious, you know. The kissing of that wall. And I see what those people stand for and the genocide that they commit around the world, worse than the Palestinian people. And you went there and kissed the wall. You don't speak for the Jamaican people. You speak for the JLP administration. When you do such thing, you will never see a regular Jamaican just go to such country and do such thing. You can't make decisions like that when you're representing a nation of people. This is not a committee, it's a sovereign nation. It's time for us to stand, Dre. It's time for us to stand, and we are calling on Jamaican people again, and we are calling on young people. Young people, if you don't see any future, 2025 in a 2026, to what future you going to see 2030? If you don't see the foundation started already, what foundation? Tell me the foundation and the groundwork that the Andrew administration have done, more than to type up a book and print it, but over 200 achievement. Even though the urban center can't start it, people who supposed to rent out these rooms, they can't go in there. KFC still use water truck and generator. St. Thomas people, your taxpayers' money is working for you. You people are blind. And you make color. And you make Andrew fool, you know, again. 3 consecutive time him fool, you know, and think that you were hurting the Jamaican people alone. You were hurting yourself as well. We understand what is the effect going to be on the Jamaican people, and we have seen it. People are dead for hunger in Nigeria. You have people at Westmoreland and Niam in Nigeria. People are dead for hunger in a star. And the man make 3 containers of food rotten in a man. While him have relief money from in a burial time, you know. And I got them about this man love Jamaican people. This is all in sense. Come like a yo, what going with Jamaica? I want to smoke. I smoke the rum now. And start drinking. And let me tell you, the police, them a rum and boom, them a drink before them come out at night time. Roman boom. Because Jason Mackay, we have him big security company. He never go through no training for going to the constabulary force, you know. A class is him level him go on, you know. So him reach there, you know. Fear send out article every day in a newspaper. And people we have to have on inches at hard, zinc fence board house, rain a fall, it a fall na me house a leak. The coal stove no catch up, me can't buy coal. People want to know. You know, so well, labor right doing people them in a 2010. If you got to get out one man, the man using people them as barriers. Over nearly 200 odd people and alive, young youth people still can't find. Mothers in Western Kingston still a ball for them picnic. But they can't just labor right. PNP is always for the people. This party rise off the people, for the people, by the people. And PNP party open up for discussion and opinion.
Yeah.
It is not a dictator thing. That's why I choose the PNP party.
That's it.
Rosie come out and talk. I want to bring down Rosie. Mother Lowford stand up and say she wants certain clause in this bill to change. Why? Why? Because she know it is wrong. Look at her track record. Look at her experience. Why we don't look at that? We are looking at color. While Andrew don't care about the Jamaican people, he set his big links in India and spreading his wings out there. He's a prime minister of promotion and popularity. Nothing else. Just going around in dangles and dangles. But you're going to tell me about you're over there sending our police over there while you're analyzing our people over here. And we should feel good about that. It's unfair to the Jamaican people. And it continues to be unfair. Because you, the people, who should come and join with us and stand with us for the future of our country. You can't go beach. Sooner or later, you can't go El China. Sooner or later, you can't go El Cha. Poor people no want nothing in Jamaica. Poor people no eat in a system in no sense. And you say Nara, when Nara vehicle line up and them touch the corner, you know. You see when Nara vehicle roll out and it line up on the street, it not take no turn, you know. You know, remember me telling you, you know. Me say, you think gonna start ballet? You know, go there in our house and say police are telling you so you don't have to evacuate. Come relocation, this land, the government land. Remember me telling you, no for no stand up about JLP, I don't run up and show color, you don't have bell, you don't even know the bell was assigned to call dogs back in the days. You don't need to look into history. I could never support a man like Bustamante. Never! Michael Manley tell us, and we work with that vision. We brought on that vision, and people have become trained blazers because of that vision. We can't walk around this world on our knees. We must walk on our feet. Look what happened to Cuba the other day, and the Prime Minister could have come up and said, this nation have support our struggles to the end. So we can't turn our back on them. Not even that you can't come out and say, as a Prime Minister, you can't come and talk up for your nation, but you can come and tell your nation. If you don't listen, you're going to your maker. Jay, have a good day, Jay. They're gonna fire me now.
Boy, me I tell you, brother, manners every time. Don't forget Daniel program come on at night about 9:30 there about. So I'm asking my followers to give him the support. Show him all the love and the support. He's one of those hard-working bloggers out there. Big up yourself every time, Daniel. Blessings. I see we join as we get ready to wrap up. Jack, go on, Jack.
Hey, what's up, comrade? What's up? I just want to say that was a good little sermon by Daniel, but I just want to second what he said. I want all comrades that are listening to my voice right now. I know that I may not have the most powerful voice like Daniel, but I just want to say I hear a lot of comrades saying the opposition and Mark Golden need to do more. And I'm going to say this. Please come on for Mark Golden. Yes. The man not supposed to do nothing more Me grew up in our area in a era in Jamaica in the 80s and the 90s and the early 2000s when PJ things wasn't as this and people used to take the street. People used to protest over water, road, police killing, and me never see Siaga was there a push no protesting. People used to take the street. When a era done die in an area, you see any MP going in the area and saying that they need to have a protest? No, people take the street for that. I don't want to hear no comrade or come on not about Mark Golding need to do more and them need to do more. What effing more on the want the poor man to do?
True.
The woman already a muzzle each MP in a parliament. I muzzle them. Go as far yesterday the man have a walkout because they bills that's supposed to be tabled, they don't want to table it. What more on the want the man to do, comrade? These are the same set of PNP where you hear talk about Mark Golding need to do this. And then when time PNP is in power, they are the same one who always looking out and finding all manner of the simplest of things. They go out and talk about PNP need to do this and them a PNP. Look on what Andrew is doing to the country. You see the labor right going out there and talking about it? Eh? We need to get our act together, man. Come on. Yesterday I was on Mr. Ingram live. I hear a comrade come up. Oh, PNP we need Mark Golding to do this. We need Mark Golding. What the hell they need the man to do? What more can he do? What more can they do? What more the 28? What more you want the 28 of them to do in Parliament? Tell me.
True.
Tell me. Every day, Ralston, although I him somewhat on our side, him at the next one. Every day I'm over calling Bell. The opposition. True that me don't even want to listen to Colin Bell show no more. Every day, the opposition. What the hell more on the want the poor man to do? What can he do that he's not doing already?
Thank you, my brother. Foxy attack.
What can he do? When a era done die, you see any MP or any member of parliament are gonna tell them say them need to go and protest. Them take them banner and them go out there and protest. The journalists not doing their work that they're supposed to do. Thank God for the blogger like yourself, Bala, Mr. Ingram, you name it, Andre Stevenson, you name it. Because the journalists them already get buyout by this administration. What more comrade do you want the man to do? When I go on other station and I go on other platform, when you want the opposition to do more what? Tell me, to be honest, tell me, I want to hear. Tell me what more.
Facts.
Every Wednesday, every time them in a parliament, the Dayton Campbell have to tell the idiot, Eli, because him ready for tell him same time up and Dayton have to say to him, say, no, you're standing order, me have 16 more minutes.
True.
Look on the Nara bill. Mark Golding alone find 20 fucking, excuse my language, 25 issue with the bill. 25 him alone. Dayton fine 10.
Crawford fine 8.
Exactly, and the list goes on and on. Even them one who was a judge who know the law, a former judge, lawyer, she know the law and she know everything. She herself said, Mr. Prime Minister, the bill need fixing.
Yes.
6 times she vote no. She said no. And when them who sit beside her, Pernell Charles, who sit beside her, say yes and vote for her.
I remember.
What more you want the opposition, the poor man, for do?
True.
And rumor of it on the labor right side say he is not evil, which is not true. That he's not a Jamaican. And he might fight for us more than evil. Ooh,
a Jamaican. Exactly.
What more you want the man for do? These are the same set of PNP people when PNP is in power. Them Black Road, Oh, them you see them MP and the MP and then them create division. These
Yes.
are the same set of PNP people who do it. The same set of comrade them.
True.
The same
No.
set of comrade.
Now them fi come out and do the things and protest and see them, then just a chat about opposition need to do
me
more.
No want to see opposition out there do that. Me have be the honest because the first thing you're going to hear and
we are contribute to instability.
Exactly. That's the first thing Jamaica Labour Party FM is going to say. Cliff Hughes them is going to say. The opposition is paid for do that. No, me no want to see the opposition do that. Me no want to see Mark Golding out there block no road. No. However, if the police are soldier, nurse, and them stand with solidarity with them, that's a total different thing. But the day-to-day protest, me no want to see my opposition leader or MP them a do that. For example, what's his name in your state? Give me a state. In your city, in St. Anne. The other day when telling about the shooting in St. Anne.
In Southeast, yes.
Exactly. I understand. Now something like that, him can show him face far.
Right.
And go and support him constituency. But me no want to see no MP out there, no opposition MP out there, and no protest. Because the first thing Cliff Hughes and him worker them going to say, oh, Mark Golding is supporting this, and Mark Golding is this, and the government, and me no want to see that. We get up off our ass and do that. Me grew up in the 90s, 80s, and 90s. When almost every night you watch television, you see some other road protester go on when PJ was in power. And this level of corruption never happened in the country. Never. The PNP is not perfect. But this level of corruption, never. I've never seen this level of corruption before. Some of the want to come on a chat about the opposition. Opposition must do Ross. Opposition must do what? What more you want the poor man to do? The man must go home and relax with him wife, with him beautiful wife at night time.
Totally agree with you, Jack.
September 3rd come and when they take money and on this and not that. I never go out there go vote. The same piece of some set of PNP. In my family alone, at 30 we go down from New York City and New Jersey. If we go make with extra Central Kingston, 30. And me ensure say all of them go down. Go make them X. 30 away. Go down. And some of one of their Jamaica never have to take a bus, nothing at all. And they sit on the yard and they go vote. And now they come and chat about opposition. Opposition for the what? I rest my case. Have a great day, yeah?
Thank you, Jack. Boy, may I tell you, Jack, you're fiery. You're fiery. I totally agree with him. He's absolutely right. Every day they get up and talk about PNP must this and PNP can do more. Do more of what? Wanna leave me leader alone and stop from pressure me leader. We are doing all we can and we are doing a fantastic job. If we did one, we do more, we would have vote for the People's National Party. Nobody stress out me leader. And with that, Jamaica, what a beautiful way to wrap up the program. I'm not gonna make me late for work, you know. I must reach work at 3 o'clock. I'm gonna put me together yet, you know. With me there in the neck of the woods. But Jamaica, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and the support. I want to thank everybody that participated and contributed to the show this afternoon. Tomorrow we'll do it all over again. Same time, same place. Right here on the Dre Bryan Show at 9:30 a.m. Comrades, let us continue to look out one for another. Let us continue to champion the message of the People's National Party. If ever a time we need a leader to guide this country, is now with Mark Jefferson Golding. Despite what they want to say about the man, he has been batting and he has been championing for the Jamaican people. And right now I am telling you, Jamaica, that the majority of Jamaicans are not happy with the direction in which the country is going. And every single promises made by the government, not one promises have been kept. And so the people, despite putting them back into office, everyone seemed to have the conclusion that this is the last and final term for Andrew Michael Holness. Let us keep hope alive and let us continue to look out one for another and champion the message of the good People's National Party. Jamaica, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for the love. The word is love. Big up on yourself, and we'll do it all over again tomorrow at 9:30. Big up on yourself, and see you guys tomorrow. All right? Take care.